Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who will. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. The true Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners who may look like the other nations, because Israel is scattered. This is going to be a continuation of the last lesson. I was interrupted, but it's okay. And so it was an article, what's the best place to survive a nuclear attack of America? And I went into how there's no good place because America will be completely destroyed. Russia. I went to Russia in also brought up the scripture of a certain European nations will shoot missiles on America. And so we'll see this time of Jacob's trouble, and then the nuclear missiles will fly, and Yahweh Shai will deliver the elect from that destruction by fire. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29, 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, Jacob's trouble. And you know what Jacob's trouble is: shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, dealing with the missiles, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see it, and they shall see the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai. So there's going to be Jacob's trouble, and Yahweh Shai is going to return and make war with Esau in these heathen troops, and Yahweh Shai is going to return to deliver the elect. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven, the clouds of the so-called UFOs, with power and great glory. So we look to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh for our hope and salvation from this destruction. We don't need Esau. If you take that MOTB, that ship, then you will be destroyed in that fire. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And angels are so-called black. Our people are so through that I saw this little girl, a video of this little girl thought this so-called white man, whether he's an Edomite or not, with the beard, she really thought he was an angel, and that shit was crazy to say the least. But that's how far gone our people are, thinking that just a pale motherfucker is an angel. Angels are so-called black. But Yahweh Shai and the angels returning, and the elect will be delivered. The rest will be destroyed, and will take the chip unless they die some other way and don't take the chip. And I didn't get to bring out all these verses, so I'm going to return back to Revelation 9 and verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million, dealing with the warheads that will hit America, Babylon the Great. And I heard the number of them. I'm going to skip the warhead is a part of the missile. The warhead hits and bring the destruction by fire. Verse 19, for their powers in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and the missile looks like a flying serpent. It had heads, the warheads. That's a part of the missile, and with them they do hurt. So if you're not familiar with the anatomy, if you will, of a nuclear missile, I'm trying to find a picture. You see a missile right here, and a missile has a warhead. So it said their tails were like the serpents. They look like serpents, and they have the warheads, the heads. You see the warhead. So 200 million warheads will hit Babylon the Great and completely destroy it. So there's no good place for to shelter. Even if you have a shelter, it will be your grave. And you can look up more research on the anatomy of a nuclear missile, which is within the Bible. So people will be dying of famine and taking the ship, and then the missiles will hit America. Joel chapter 2, in verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, which are the missiles, the ICBMs. There had not ever been the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them. That's the destruction when the warhead hits ground zero. And behind them a flame burneth. That's behind the rocket fire, if you will. And behind them a flame burneth. This is behind them a flame burneth. And then when the warhead hits ground zero, that's the fire that devoureth before them. Joel chapter 2 verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, meaning there's vegetation and life. And behind them a desolate wilderness, yeah, nothing shall escape them. And when the missiles, there's going to be like a contamination. Let's bring it out. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. Wormwood means bitter, but deeper it means contamination. So let's read that again. Revelation chapter 8 verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And so when from the ICBMs, you're gonna see like on the news, they're gonna say, don't drink the waters, and don't, after the missiles said don't drink the waters, don't swim, because it's contaminated. And the waters became, in the name of the star is called Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. I just want to bring that out. It shows you after the nuclear missiles. This is a lesson all about the destruction and all that. And all the people that wanna that don't look like they're of the elect, that are in wickedness, they're gonna take the ship and they're gonna be destroyed in the fire of Babylon. Revelation chapter 14 in verse, I'll start at verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city. This is after the destruction, because she made all nations to drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark, the RFID microchip, which will be made mandatory, new digital system, in his forehead or in his hand. So if you take the chip, the grain of rice, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone from the missiles. That's where the fire and brimstone is from. In other words, if you take the chip, the fire will destroy you. In the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahushai. So this proves that the fire is on earth, because this is when Yahushua returns, and the chariots, the so-called UFOs, as we read in Matthew 24. You can see the Son of Man, Yahushua, coming in the clouds, the so-called UFOs. He'll deliver the elect, and the elect will see the fire too, from the chariot from up in the heavens. Verse 11, in the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, which worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. This is Revelation chapter 15, verse 2. And I saw as a sea of glass mingled with fire. The fire is dealing with from the ICBMs, and them that are gotten the victory over the beast, and them that gotten the victory is the elect of Israel, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name. And it says over the mark, because the elect will not take the mark. Stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And so this verse is dealing with what the elect being on it in the chariot, delivered by Yahushai, looking down at the destruction. And I really want to be a part of that. And I'm sure if the brothers are listening, that you do as well. Let's read the book of Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14 or verse 13. And the stars, let me read it, verse 12. And when I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And so John saw missiles and said they look like figs blew off the tree. And he saw lights coming down from the earth. It said stars of heaven. It saw lights come down from the earth, come down onto the earth, which are the missiles. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll, which is the nuclear mushroom cloud that we read in Isaiah 34. The heavens departed as a scroll, and the sword shall be bathed in heaven, and shall come down upon Idumea, the people of my curse, to judgment. Roughly quoting Isaiah 34. When it is rolled together, in every mountain and island removed out of their place, and that's what's going to happen. Verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. You keep reading it, it goes into nuclear bunkers. So I might as well close out with Isaiah 34. Isaiah chapter 34, and verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, the nuclear mushroom cloud, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword, the ICBM, shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. That's another way of saying Edom. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. And so, there's a great destruction soon, and there will be no survivors in Babylon the Great. No matter what these pondering Edomites or pondering heathen, maybe even the Israelites or Israelite foreigners, whatever they want to say. I'll bring out the article again. Just read it in the first part of the lesson. But you can look at it, you can look it up, read it for yourself. So with that, I'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Kodesh, Shalom, and actually Salakia. Now I want to show you, because we saw the nuclear mushroom cloud. This is going to be that, we read about the wormwood and the
Chevy Equinox has been ranked #1 by J.D. Power for dependability
You might
and
have
new
seen
vehicle
it.
quality among compact SUVs.
Get back, you saw the nuclear mushroom cloud.
In other words, it's really
here it
good
is.
right from the
The
start.
heavens shall be
Chevy
rolled together
Equinox,
as a scroll.
connected by OnStar.
My sword shall be bathed in heaven, it shall come down upon Idumea, the people of my curse to judgment. And those that took the mark of the beast shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. You can see Yahweh and the angels returning. You can see the chariots of so-called UFOs. You should be able to see it. Babylon being a desert. Nuclear missiles hitting it. This whore. Virgin daughter of Babylon. So, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Kodesh, Shalom, to the honors of elders and apostles of great military.